Somebody asked me, in the Cambridge program, do children fail and resume the year? I say no. They always pass the class. But how come others didn't even understand, others didn't succeed, but how come that they pass the class? Yes, here is a process, okay? When they sit for Cambridge examinations, or they sit for Cambridge checkpoint, at the end they will send a report. That means Cambridge is going to evaluate the level of students. Then it's going to send back the report or the feedback to a school. In the feedback there, you see the strengths of the students and the weaknesses of the students. Except for the strength, it's got this, it's got that, it's got this and that. That's it's evaluated globally, worldwide. Okay, and I'll see the level needed by Cambridge. Okay, and that also the students got. If the student didn't satisfy, for example, in writing, for example, in reading, the students read very well, answering positively, but in writing, they have got difficulties. Cambridge is going to say, work on that point, the weaknesses, so that you can try to help the student understand now their weaknesses. That's why the school will send the message to the parents saying that this child, though succeeded, though passed the class, they have got difficulties in such strand or sub-strand of these subjects. For example, in English, it's okay. In English as the entire core subject. There inside we can have grammar, we can have the different points like reading comprehension, listening, reading, writing, something like that. Now, if the child, for example, succeeded in English, of course, yes, in general, but in sub-strands, reading comprehension, they have got difficulties to understand the text, they'll come back so that they can try. Yes, during Cambridge examinations, kids never fail. They always pass the class. But they have to come back for the catch-up. If Cambridge, for example, sent a report showing the strengths and the weaknesses of the students. They say, for example, in the weaknesses, the student doesn't know how to write, for example, large numbers. They said there during examinations, write 1 million, but they wrote 10,000 or 100,000. It didn't write very well. They say, no, he's got difficulties to write large numbers. Then the school will work on it during the catch-up program. In mathematics and science, for example, they have got difficulties in this and that subjects, and some strengths. Now the kid will come back and they'll schedule them so that they can come back and learn those specific sub-strengths that they have got difficulties. It's not because the students will not pass. We pass the class, of course, but we have to help them understand the difficulties that they have. For example, not only the difficulties, but I mean the weaknesses that they have. Okay, yeah, they always pass. When you are studying in a Cambridge program teaching school, you will not have problems passing the class, but make sure that you come back for the catch-up. Got it? As Tiny Hearts International School is using Cambridge curriculum, you're welcome to send your kids. They will not fail, but they'll be coming back for the catch-up program. Okay, comments, share if this was important for you.